Yeah, I'm not sure if this is working. My webcam doesn't work, but that's alright anyway. I just need the microphone. It seems like it's working, but it's very quiet. Testing, testing. Yeah, I don't know. I try to speak louder. So I'm going to do a review of bounty spots after just learning about the equity chart, the equity tables. So I'll explain this quickly. When it says bounty factor 0.3, that's basically, bounty factor is basically the number of starting bounties you have divided by the number of starting stacks you have. So on PokerStars, say we're playing a $22 tournament, we start with 5,000 chips. Let's start with the bounty actually. Our bounty starts at 550. Or no, let's say $5. Starting chips 5,000. So we say both of these are 1 because they are, 5,000 chips is 1 starting. And then the formula is blank. So let's say you triple up, but you don't get any bounties. So you still have 5, you still have 1 starting bounty. You tripled up. You forget what I mean. Is 1 starting bounty divided by 3 starting stacks. So you tripled up, and your bounty's still the same. If you were to go all in, people think that your bounty's worth a lot, but it all depends on your starting stack as well. It's not worth going after someone who's tripled up with 1/3 of the same amount of bounties, as much as it's a common sense, of course. But yeah, just 1 divided by 3, so it's about 0.3 bounty factor. And in this chart here, it's hard to read it, but it's only 1% bounty discount, which means equity discount. So if you were to look at a spot where someone was all in, and you had a pretty tight range, and with pot odds, your equity required was 44%. You get 1% discount, so you can go down to 43% when you calculate hand range. You can call them off with this range. It doesn't adjust your range much. If you add in just sevens. Anyway, let's look at a few examples though. Just to hammer it home, I'm going to review these spots because I'm not sure either. So in this situation, I have that 0.3 bounty factor because my stack basically tripled up. We started 50,000 chips. And I have still a starting bounty, which was $8.25. Whereas this guy has double the starting bounty, but he has 80% of the starting chips. So to calculate his bounty factor, I'll go, he has 2 starting bounties divided by 0.8 starting stacks equals, so this is 2.5, but we'll just do 2 divided by 0.8, 2.5. So I go to the chart, look for the bounty factor 2.5, there it is. I get 11% equity discount. It's quite a bit, but he's jamming a huge stack. The big blind's 700, so he's jamming over 50 big blinds. He's jamming 55 big blinds. So I'm not sure if this is a call. It seems crazy to even be thinking about it, but let's just think about it. my pot odds are the amount I have to call divided by the amount I have to call plus the pot. So it would be basically 35,000 divided by, I'll put bracket 35 plus 45, bracket equals 43.75%. So normally, he's going to have a pretty tight range here. I'll have to be pretty accurate, but it's a pretty tight range. Let's just say 9s plus ace queen. So even I can already tell I can pretty sure I'm not gonna have enough equity even with the equity discount. But let's see how much an 11% discount can adjust it. So to need 43.75%, I can only call 10s plus ace king. If I drop that by 11.1%, that would be 32.65. Now I can call any pair, ace jack suited, king queen suited, queen jack suited, jack queen suited, ace queen off. Let's give him a slightly looser range though. And do the same thing. Yeah, nowhere near enough equity. But let's say he had 40 big blinds. Instead of 55, he had 30,000. So I'd be calling 30,000. 30,000. Right now, I'd be calling 27,000. It'd be 8,000 less than the pot, so it'd be bracket. No, it can't be right. 8,000 less chips, 37,000 in the pot. Yeah, I gotta try this over. Yeah. I have to do this. Alright. I can't think right now, I'm too tired. Anyway, for this spot, it's a fold. It's cool to see how wide I can go. It's just a 55 big blind shove. Yeah. He has about 70%. So it's just bound factor. This is going to be a little over like 1.4 or something. I go 1 starting bounty divided by 0.7 starting stack. 1.4 bounty factor. So additional equity, I just rounded up, it would be about 7% additional equity. Can't go crazy or anything, but I wanted to see the spot if he redrams. Yeah, like if he back shoves, can I call him off? If he back shoves, there's going to be 46,000 in the pot. and I have to call off 24,000. Bracket. Oh, that can't be right. Man, I just suck at doing this. Get right there. Although maybe because it's 50 big blinds again. 55 big blinds again. Oh. Man. Yeah, so whatever, something like that, and then minus 0.07. 45% equity. So if he jams, I don't know if it's going to be that loose, but let's just say it is. Obviously, for sure, off enough equity. Oh shit, I don't. I gotta like Google how to do autos. Oh man, it's ridiculous. Suppose pause 100 and opponent pass 15, make it until pot. This means you're getting only 50 to 1, 50 on a column. Oh yeah, yeah, so you have to do the final pot size. You have to call half pot. Right. So if he shoves and I call, basically the total amount in the pot would be I have to call off 24,000. The total amount in the pot would be 24 plus 46. 7. Yeah. Oh man, that seems like it's just way too good pot odds. I don't know. 34% equity. Like I could call any two. How does that make sense? I'm too jacked to think. Four minus 7 is 27. I call it insanely wide. Doesn't make sense for that big mistake size. I don't know how to do this. Oh, this isn't a bounty spot. Alright, this was, so they both have half a bounty factor of 2. And I think this applies this equity rule applies to multi-way pots as well. I can discount both their equities. My equity required by 9%. So this multi-way, my equity would be pretty low. But they're pretty shallow, so it might be pretty loose. Say one guy or something like that. No, it might be too loose. I don't know. Something like that. Other guys. Something like that. It's going to be multi-way, my equity required will be a lot lower. But, well, actually, will also be a lot lower. Plus, there's this guy's have to act, so it's kind of. Actually, let's see. If he calls off as well, there'll be 50 in the pot. Calling 21 to win 71. .3 minus 10% required. Minus 1.5, whatever. So for multi-way. Let's see. Sorry, I mean, it's not the best video. Pretty tired. Yeah, 15 big blinds. This is pretty clear. He had 40%. I expect him to have queen, but that's too loose. But yeah, he had 40%, less than 40% of the starting stack, 37% to be exact. The starting stack. So 1 divided by 37 is his bounty factor. Over 1 divided by 0.37. So his bounty factor is over 2.5. Yeah, it's only 11% less equity versus the next range. Shows I could be insanely loose, but it's just the suited stuff. It's kind of crazy. You see poker pros do this sometimes, 7-5 suited, but they fold ace rag. 5-4 off, but you fold like the dominated things, of course. It's pretty interesting. It's not really enough to solve this because there's people left to act that I have to worry about. Anyway, so if I need about say 11.5%. 1.6 is between this and 1. Basically 12%. Let's say 12% less equity. So I have to. My amount to call would be probably, say, 16,000. 16 divided by 40. Actually, I need 40% equity. I could take away 12%, so I need 28% equity only. Let's see first of all what 40% equity looks like. He's jamming king queen, he's probably jamming. something like this. Mario Kart equity, let's test it out with 40% first. Normally I can only call force plus ace 10, king queen suited. And reduce the requirements to, should be able to call almost any two. I think it comes any two, and some hands have 18%, maybe like 20% comes any two. Yeah. Oh, shit. It's way less. 25%. There's any decent range. Okay. So 3 was a clear call. This was a misclick. It screwed up. I thought the starting stack was 5,000. So we had 2.5 bounty factor, even though that's still not enough. This is just bad. I called here. Yeah, so I've called 99. I need really good equity, and then, its bounty factor is still 1.5 because the starting stack was 3,000. I thought it was 2.5. I don't know if that makes enough of a difference anyway. 1.5 is 7.4% discount versus 11% discount. I don't think I have anywhere near enough equity either way. Give them like a pretty tight range. What was my career card again? 45, so minus 7.4 would be 38. Just 9's plus a screen to go down to an extra 4% for force. I don't think it's going to change much. So it's a pretty big punt. Basically, call it a lot looser than shoving though, which is still pretty good. But ace 5 off was insane. That was just dumb. This was, yeah, it's not a spot where, I just wasn't sure. I think I blocked in bluffs like Jack 10. This stack's not good because it's more than the starting stack, but the same starting bounty. So its bounty factor is going to be 1 divided by 1.4. 0.7 if you go here. Goes up about 8. You still get a discount for 4.2%. That's good to know at the beginning of the tournament. You have a 5.4% bounty discount to go after someone. So, blind versus blind, if you want to jam 100 bigs, it's probably fine. Oh. Let's just get to remember the number right now. So if, I don't really know what to do about this. I don't know how to calculate it. I just think I need a ton of equity. When it overshows like that, it's crazy. It's always less. It should always be less than 50%. God. Let's see. 45% again. But if this guy is betting to call off, we'd add that to the pot as well. I'm thinking jams kings or anything. It's hard to really range in. There's no flush draws. The backdoor club draw probably does give some equity, like maybe you check, maybe an extra 1 or 2%. So I basically have enough already. Shit. Let's give him an ace queen. I don't know if he. Take away ace queen. I'm just getting crushed. So let's compare this 20.35% versus changing the club to a spade. 20.35 to. Oh shit, so that's an extra 6% equity. How about if it's a rainbow card though? No, it's like 3.5%. To have a backdoor flush draw, it's worth 3.5% equity. It's good to know that. I guess that's pretty significant to once a really close decision, it's enough of a factor having a backdoor flush draw. But here, yeah, there's just no way I could ever have enough equity. Multi-way my equity is even less. Oh, you know I didn't. You could play Jack 10 like that. I'm equity. That's reasonable now. Small blind. I don't really know. Can't have ace king. He just has like. I don't think he has ace queen either. He might have some of these things. He's a fish. So 26% equity. There's some pot odds I need. Yeah, wasted too much time on that. It's just fold. Here, yeah, just another example. This is like an ND2 spot for sure. He has 1.5%. I was jamming too if it was a regular FGT anyway. It's 1.5% starting bounties divided by 0.8 starting stacks. So bounty factor is almost 2. Yeah, but 9% discount. So, assuming he was playing GTO, he's only automatic bigs. don't know. Yeah, I don't want to put this here. It's just clear. Any two shows. I think if you had 20 bigs, still 92. 25. Both the same factors. I just wanted to take this picture to show how hard people can go from my stack now. I have 4 starting bounties divided by 1. Bounty factor of 4. Means people can reduce their equity by 15.5%. So say he raises here. Say I jam here. That would make the pot 67,500. Is it called 42,000 to win 109,000? He needs 38% equity normally. So if you remember that 25% number for any two, you'll know this is going to be an any two kind of spot. So say I know he's calling with any two. I jam pretty wide. Something like that. That's my jam range. Let's say he needs 30% equity. I mean, you can call something like this. Only reduce it by 15.5%. So 22.5 equity, you can call any two. So it can't be super crazy jamming, but it's funny that some people might not realize that it's exactly 4x, basically. 8.25, 31, it'll be 33, it's close enough. If you did 15%, 15% discount, whatever, it's like, it's any two, for sure any cards that you open, so. Something to look out for. You can look out for spots where you can raise an A2, jam an A2. If so I have to be pretty careful. But I spot it back up. Now I want to figure out what it's worth. What my bounty factor is. Let's just try to figure out everybody's bounty factor to practice. So mine, I got 4.25 starting stacks and 5. Yeah, about 5.25 bounties. So 5.25 divided by 4.25. The bounty factor is 1.23. Someone would need about an extra 6% equity. So Oprah has a terrible bounty factor. There's almost 5.6 starting stacks, so yeah. 5.6 starting stacks and just 1 starting bounty. So it's 0.01. It's basically 0 changes to the strategy. Maybe like 0.5% of less or something. Equity. So something you would just ignore. Thank you. Guy here, he has over starting stack but still starting bounty, so it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest spot. He's probably around 0.7. You go 1 divided by 1.6. Oops. 1 divided by 1.6. Something in between there. Probably like 3.5. That's not that much. Check. He has double but triple, so it's also a terrible spot. His bounty's not really much to go for. So you don't want to be going too crazy on these guys when it doesn't really change your strategy much. So let's go. He's got 2 starting bounties divided by 3.33 starting stacks, 0.6 bounty factor. And it's 3% discount, just a tiny bit. This guy has 2.5 bounties and 4 times starting stack. So 2.5 divided by 4. Same thing, very little. So the guy has 3 divided by 5. 2.6. So all these guys have bad bounty factors that aren't really worth going after too much. Let's get to practice that. Alright, that's it. It's a super long video. I feel like I said too much, but so I think I had the pot odds right. You take the amount you have to call plus the amount you have to call plus what's in the pot, which would give you the final pot as well. So the amount you have to call divided by the final pot gives you the pot odds, and then you just go and factor that in. So this table is useful, and that's something you have to think about now when you play. If you have the option of having big blind selected or stack size, you should always choose the stack size so that you can see how many starting stacks someone has. And that's something I have to do. I've definitely made a lot of mistakes going after, someone just having no clue how much wider I should be. But this pot's where I probably had a 1% bounty discount, and I treated it as if I had like a 20% bounty discount. I just didn't know. Anyway.